Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Joy of Stick, Stickhead here with your Atari ST gaming channel, and today we're playing Bio Challenge from Delphine Software, the ST version of which I think was released in 1989. Some sources say 1988, but you know what it's like with these things, sometimes it's a bit hard to get an actual grip when exactly it was released. Yeah, like I say, some places say 88, but then all the reviews in the magazines are from kind of summer 89. So I'm guessing that's when it was actually released, which seems to indicate that it's Delphine's first game, which is quite cool, isn't it? They released Castle Warrior in the same year, but the reviews of that are a bit later on in the year. So I think this is actually their first game. So quite historic, really. Yeah, so it was programmed by Denis Mercier and Paul Cuisset, who are famous for great games like Cruise for a Corpse, Future Wars, Operation Stealth. They'd go on to make Flashback, which is just an absolutely stunningly brilliant game. But let's not start sucking their dicks just yet, because they also made Shaq Fu. You know, you can't win them all, can you? You can't win them all. This brilliant music. I'll shut up for a minute so you can hear it. Very cool sample music there. That's from Jean Bordelot. Yeah, so what's the plot of this? I can't really remember. It did kind of flash up, didn't it? But basically, the human race are kind of in regression. Their genes are slowly getting weaker and their bodies are getting weaker. So they kind of like upload their brains into robots so that they can survive. And you play as one of these android hosts. I think it's called Clipped. Yeah, and the idea is that you've got to defeat the aliens, and yeah, you know the idea. Anyway, let's have a crack, shall we? Bio Challenge. Now, there was a bit of a trend. Oh, I am ready. I was born ready. Very cool intro animations. Very cool. Yeah, there was a bit of a trend at the time in magazines in this country. It was kind of mildly racist in a way. Nice. But, you know, maybe it was meant to be affectionate, but there was a bit of a trend to say that, you know, games that came from the continent, especially from France, were always a bit weird. And this is definitely one of those games. Maybe weird isn't the word, but can I kill this thing? But it's certainly unusual. Eccentric, maybe? Quirky, perhaps is the word. So yeah, you play this robot. I mean, fairly standard platforming fare to some degree. You can move left and right, you can jump, you can attack. But your attack is very strange because it's this spinning attack, which you can use to sort out these little, I don't know what they are, shards. But then the way that you defeat these guys is you have to kind of drop these platforms on them, which, as you can see, I'm kind of struggling with at the moment. Let's try this one. Okay, you can see that counter on the platform is slowly going down. Got him. Can I pick that up? I can. Was that an extra life? Maybe. Right, let's try and get this guy. Yeah, the spinning mechanic is a little bit awkward at times. Alright, so I seem to be getting a piece of this amulet. Can you see in the top centre? I'm guessing that's important. We might have to read up on the plot here, because I have no idea what's going on really. Low oil, oh dear. Oh, you can see the oil in the top there is slowly going down. That's not good, is it? Oh, oil. That didn't really seem to give me very much oil. Oh dear. Oh, what's that? Arm. Oh, okay, yes, I remember this. So now I can deflect those little squiddly things, the little shards or whatever they are. So I might be able to kill this thing. Oh, it also topped up my oil, so that's good, isn't it? Oh, now I've got green armour. Okay. I don't know what that does. I'm not deflecting the things anymore though, which is not good. So yeah, those little cubes, rotating cube things there, are obviously a teleporter. Take you to a different part of the level. Okay, now I've got 3 parts of the amulet. We're doing well. I don't want to jump off there. I'll end up going straight into the hole, I'm sure. More oil? I do need that, thank you. You don't seem to get very much though. Where does this take me? This is back to the first level, isn't it? Now will this guy give me another... Oh, rubbish. Okay, let's go back here and go left this time. Okay, another teleporter. Where does this go? Okay, I might be able to get this guy. No. Terrible. That's not going to reach him, is it? Okay. Okay, let's have another go at this guy. Oh dear. The methods of attack are really awkward, like the timing, the spin. Because there's, you know, even when you're holding the fire button down, there's a moment when you're trying to build up your spin. So it's actually quite awkward. Okay, this is back to the beginning, isn't it? So, not great. How are we doing? Not too bad. We got plenty of oil. Right, might have 2 cracks at this guy here. Yes! Alright, give me amulet. Amulet, please. Oh, I've got the amulet. Okay. And I got more time. Perfect. Oh, I've done it. Yes! So there you go. You've got to get all of your amulet and you've got to get back to the beginning of the level. The gate that leads to the next level is now opened, but before you pass through, defeat the Guardian. Okay, will do. It's awesome music again. Okay, hitting his head is the way to go, obviously. Now remember, you have really limited ammo here. Oh, I died. Oh dear. So yeah, I need to not absorb as many of those bullets, clearly. I'm ready, let's go. Are you ready? Because I'm ready. Space? No. Oh, has it crashed? I think it must have crashed. Oh, what a shame. I was doing so well. Well, anyway, that's Bio Challenge, and what a cracking game it is too. Absolutely cracking. One of those hidden gems that maybe not many people know about on the ST. You can see that, you know, the graphics look great, didn't they, with those gradients? Very, very vaporwave, this game. Really nice. Anyway, I managed to find a few reviews of it, so let's have a look at some reviews and see if they match up with what we thought. Okay. Alright, so first up we got Games Machine. They gave it 77%. So not a glowing score, but a pretty good one. I love this bit here. A case of the jeans being too tight. So the review comments on how at first glance the game looks like a blaster or a traditional platformer, but the spinning attack and the use of slabs give it a much more unique and intriguing gameplay. That's exactly what I said. It's a breath of fresh air, both original and fun. 16-bit owners longing for a change can find it here. So that's really cool, isn't it? So, like back in the days, well, I say the gaming press, but I think it was pretty much just zero And games like that taking the mickey out of French games for being weird. But you know, there's a good thing about being weird. It's original, it's different, it's interesting, isn't it? So yeah, what else does it say? Good animation, scrolling is smooth, backgrounds lack detail but are nevertheless atmospheric. It's a pretty good review there, so that sums it up quite nicely. Ace gave it 919 at their weird scoring system, but that's a pretty high score, isn't it? That is 92% basically in any other magazine, and it alludes to the Frenchness of the game in this review. But it does again praise the original innovative gameplay, and it says the game is nicely balanced to provide a continual challenge. You can see there, you know, I came at it not completely cold. I obviously played it a little bit back in the day, and I had a practice go before I fired it up today, and yeah, you know, I got through that first level. Great tutorial demo, which is well worth watching. Well, we didn't do that, never mind. It says a great debut for the Delphine team. There you go, so it was their first game. Yeah, it mentions the smooth parallax scrolling in the backgrounds. That was cool. Clever coding to increase the amount of colours on screen. It's obviously using some demo type techniques there to split the palette. Smart soundtrack and some very pleasing effects during play. Very good. Okay, we found ST and Amiga format. They gave it 86, so they obviously really liked it. And they're less impressed by the graphics and the sound, calling some of the enemies featureless. It's a bit harsh, isn't it? That weird kind of rolling guy was quite an interesting design. The sound limited to minimal spot effects. I suppose that's true. A bit of music and maybe on the levels would have been good. Or it does mention that the end of level guardians are large and effective, which it certainly was. Now, what does it say here? What makes BioChallenge a far better than average game is the unusual playing features. It's not just a shoot 'em up. The lack of firepower takes some getting used to, but the difficulty level is certain to sustain your interest for a long time. So yeah, a lot of reviewers are praising how unique and what's the word I'm looking for? Anyway, I found The One magazine. They gave it 82, so not as high, but they still liked it. The first impression of being merely well presented and not much of a game, but a few minutes work is rewarded by the first nipping bite of addiction. I always find it funny how the gaming press of this age talk about addiction as a positive thing. I think you see that a lot less these days. Again, the style is very French. Slick graphics and annoyingly memorable Jean-Michel Jarre theme. Okay, Jean-Michel Jarre. It's a lovely, maybe they mean in style rather than composition, because I'm pretty sure I read that somebody else did the music. It's a lovely looking game. The animation is smooth and they say it's sonically impressive. So there you go, pretty much glowing across the board there. And I would agree, I think it's a cracking game. It's lovely looking, sounds great, really unique and interesting gameplay. It's the kind of game that you want to get back to and play some more and see if you can dive into. Kind of reminds me of Whizball. Played that recently on the channel, didn't we? It's the same kind of thing. It's completely different. It makes you think, well, what's next? Really good. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed watching that, guys, and thank you very much for tuning in, and we'll see you next time.